Maybe you're tired because you've been trying to force everything. Forcing the relationship, forcing success, forcing money, forcing opportunities, forcing people to stay, forcing life to happen on your schedule. And the harder you push, the more exhausted you become. You wake up thinking about what you haven't achieved. You go to sleep thinking about what you haven't received. You compare your life to people who seem years ahead of you. And somewhere along the way, you forgot how to breathe. You forgot how to live. You forgot that not everything has to happen right now. Listen carefully. Relax. Not because you should stop working. Not because you should stop dreaming. Not because you should become passive. Relax. Because panic has never created a better future. You can work hard without living in fear. You can have ambition without desperation. You can want more without believing that your current life isn't enough. Sometimes, the thing you're waiting for is already moving toward you, but you're too busy chasing to notice. There's a difference between pursuing your goals and desperately chasing validation. You should work. You should improve. You should take action. But you don't have to chase everything that walks away from you. Some people leave. Let them. Some opportunities disappear. Let them. Some doors close. Let them. Because not every closed door is a punishment. Sometimes it's protection. Sometimes the opportunity you desperately wanted would have taken you somewhere you weren't meant to stay. Sometimes the person you wanted would have prevented you from becoming the person you needed to become. And sometimes the delay you're angry about is preparing you for something better. You don't always understand why something didn't work. You understand later. So stop forcing what refuses to fit. If you have to constantly beg, convince, chase, manipulate, and prove, maybe it's not yours. What belongs in your life shouldn't require you to destroy yourself to keep it. One of the fastest ways to destroy your peace is comparing your timeline to someone else's. Someone your age is making millions. Someone younger than you has already built a company. Someone you went to school with is married. Someone else is traveling the world. Someone else has everything you think you should have by now. And suddenly, your own progress feels meaningless. But you're forgetting something. You don't know their entire story. You see the result. You don't see the years. You see the house. You don't see the sacrifices. You see the success. You don't see the failures. You see the confidence. You don't see the nights they question themselves. And most importantly, their timeline is not yours. Your life isn't late. You're not behind. You're becoming at your own speed. A seed doesn't become a tree because you yell at it. It grows when it's ready. Your job isn't to compare the seed to the tree. Your job is to keep watering yours. Here's a balance. You work hard. Then you let go. You prepare. Then you trust the process. You do everything within your control. Then you stop obsessing over what isn't. That's maturity, because there are two things in life: what you can control and what you cannot control. You can control your effort. You cannot control the outcome. You can control your discipline. You cannot control timing. You can control your preparation. You cannot control other people's decisions. You can control your response. You cannot control what happens next. So give your best to what belongs in your hands and release what doesn't. Don't spend tomorrow's energy worrying about tomorrow. Don't spend today's life fighting tomorrow's problems. Do today's work, then breathe. You don't have to carry the entire future on your shoulders tonight. There will be moments when life surprises you. A phone call you weren't expecting. An opportunity you didn't see coming. A person who enters your life at exactly the right moment. A door that opens when you thought everything was closed. That's why you can't assume nothing is happening just because you can't see it. Some of the biggest changes in your life will begin quietly, behind the scenes, before you ever see the result. So don't panic because you haven't received the answer yet. Don't assume nothing is happening. Keep preparing. Keep learning. Keep becoming. Keep showing up. Because while you're wondering, when will it happen? Life may already be preparing. What happens next? Relax. You don't need to know every step. You only need enough courage to take the next one. A lot of anxiety comes from trying to control what was never yours to control. You can't control who loves you. You can't control who leaves. You can't control who understands you. You can't control when success arrives. You can't control what someone thinks about you. You can't control how quickly life changes, but you can control your habits, your mindset, your effort, your standards, your discipline, your response. So stop trying to control the uncontrollable. It will exhaust you. You can stand in the middle of a storm and scream at the clouds. The storm doesn't care. Oh, you can find shelter. Wait, learn, adapt, and continue. When the storm passes, life isn't about controlling every storm. It's about becoming strong enough to survive them. Instead of asking, when will I get it? Ask yourself, who do I need to become? Because sometimes the delay isn't rejection. It's preparation. You want success? Become disciplined. You want a healthy relationship? Become emotionally mature. You want financial freedom? Develop valuable skills. You want confidence? Keep promises to yourself. You want peace? Stop creating unnecessary chaos. You want a better life? Become someone capable of maintaining it. Don't obsess over the arrival. Prepare for the destination. Because getting what you want is only half the battle. Becoming the person who can handle what you want is the real transformation. So keep building. Quietly, patiently, consistently. You don't need to rush into the next chapter. Become ready, and when the opportunity arrives, you'll recognize it. Maybe you needed to hear this today. Relax. You are not running out of time. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. Your life is still unfolding. The chapter you're living right now is not the entire story. You may not have the money yet. You may not have the relationship yet. You may not have the career yet. You may not have the success yet. You may not understand why certain things happened. That's okay. Keep going. Keep working. Keep learning. Keep improving. But stop living as if everything must happen immediately. You don't need to have your entire life figured out today. You just need to take the next right step, and then another, and another. One day, you'll look back and realize the things you were so desperate to force were never meant to be forced. The opportunities arrived when you were ready. The right people appeared when you stopped chasing the wrong ones. The success came after you learned patience. The peace came when you stopped trying to control everything. So breathe, slow down, trust your work, trust your growth, trust yourself. You don't need to chase every opportunity. You don't need to convince every person. You don't need to force every outcome. Do your part, then let life do its part. Because your future is not asking you to panic. It's asking you to prepare. Your dreams are not asking you to become desperate. They are asking you to become disciplined. Your life is not asking you to have all the answers. It's asking you to keep moving. So relax. You are becoming. You are learning. You are growing. And even when nothing seems to be happening, something is happening inside you. You're becoming stronger, wiser, calmer, more patient, more capable. And one day, the things you've been praying for, working for, and preparing for will begin arriving, not because you chased them desperately, but because you became ready for them. So keep going, keep building, keep believing in your future. But don't forget to live while you're building it. You don't have to chase everything. You don't have to force everything. You don't have to rush everything. Work hard, stay disciplined, stay patient, and let life unfold. Because sometimes the best things in life don't arrive when you demand them. They arrive when you're finally ready to receive them. Relax. Keep becoming. Keep moving. Everything doesn't have to happen today. Your story is still being written, and the best chapters may be closer than you think.